This Minecraft world record you're watching right now is rigged in order for me to break it. You see, a week ago I revealed a fake Minecraft world record, but this world record is 100% real. Players have argued that big clutches like these ruin the clutching community as a whole, so I thought it'd be really funny if some random guy like me decided to break the world record and take over the category myself. You see, there's just one problem. I'm not a block clutcher. I did practice block clutching a few months ago, but my record of 84 is only about 25% of the current world record of 365. But as you already know, the world record is now mine, so how exactly did I do it? Well, during the original blow up of block clutching, a lot of new servers spawned in, and a lot of them wanted to try and become unique in different ways. One that stood out more recently is the server called Quad Flame, that allows you to get hit up to 45 times to do a single block clutch. And this is what allowed iMouse to get his world record of 365 block. But as we know, iMouse is good and I am not. So how exactly was I going to beat him? As it turns out, the server owner had been working on something in the background that would allow me to absolutely destroy iMouse's world record. You see, as insanely overkill as 45 hits for a single block clutch is, he was now coding the ability to get hit 90 times for a single block clutch. And this was my golden opportunity to finally break the block clutch world record. The strategy I had from here on out was to use very little knockback but double as many hits. That way I'd get very close to actually getting the world record. However, after about an hour of practicing, I realized that by doing this I would be about 1 or 2 blocks short, and so I decided to give myself a challenge. I was going to attempt to make the first 20 hits of my block clutch much more difficult than I had in originally. This would also allow me at the same time to be able to break the world record. Still not by that much, but enough to count. And now there was really nothing left to do except actually go for the record. And around an hour later, I finally did. You see, I'd show you the entire unedited clip, but, well, the thing's a minute long. I guess that's one downside of getting hit 90 times in a row. When I finally landed the clutch, the total distance was 373 blocks, beating the previous world record by an astounding 8 whole blocks. Okay, considering I got hit twice the amount of times, it's not all that impressive, but regardless, it was the world record and I had scammed my way to it. However, just one issue remained, and his name of course is iMouse. Alright, how do you feel now that you're number 2 block clutcher?
You know, it does suck, but its lizard is truly better than me.
Do you think you'll ever be able to top what I've just done?
Yeah, I reckon give it like a few minutes.
And speaking of things that only take a couple of minutes, if you are enjoying the video this far, please do consider subscribing because we're getting really close to 30k, but with that being said, let's get back to the video. Now I knew iMouse was good, but I wanted to see if he was all talk, so I challenged him to see if within 1 hour he could break my world record and take it back for himself. Yeah, to the surprise of absolutely nobody, he did it with ease, getting a 685 block clutch. In case you can't count, he just destroyed my record by over 300 blocks. Yeah, I was pretty devastated, but at least I held the record for some time, right? Advanced block clutching is definitely not easy by any standard, and players like iMouse who take it to the next level are very good at what they do. And of course, the exact same thing goes for diagonal clutches as well, as they're really not any different. You see, iMouse has beaten the block clutching world record so many times now that the only person he really has to compete with is himself. Now, you're probably wondering how exactly this world record is rigged. Because this record is the amount of distance you cover before landing in any circumstance whatsoever, all you have to do to break it is to get hit more times than the last person. Of course, it's pretty obvious which player is better if you compare 2 different types of clutching, one being long clutching and one being tiny short drag clicks over and over again. But at the end of the day, the world's longest block clutch is going to go to whoever got hit more times. This world record is technically rigged against every single Minecraft player because all you'd have to do to break it again is to add more hits onto it and then break it yourself. This means that the development of this category as a whole is entirely dependent on the server owners and how much effort they're willing to put into in order to install new plugins and modifications that allow players to get hit way more. I'm really not entirely sure how far past 90 they'll go because this was really laggy enough already for the server, and I feel like any more would just cause it to crash entirely. With this being said, the 685 blocks that is the current world record held by iMouse is definitely not the maximum distance you can cover using 90 hits, and I expect to see this number quickly jump in the near future. Because of the strategy I used of repeating a tiny clutch over and over again for about 72 out of the 90 hits, I was just barely able to beat iMouse's world record, but it still felt pretty cool to be able to say I did a block clutch of 373 blocks, so if you guys are interested in getting a block clutch even bigger than mine, head over to the Quad Flame server and test it out for yourself using a similar strategy to me, or maybe go for an advanced one like iMouse. If you do attempt to go for the record or just go for a big clutch in general, do send me the clips down in my Discord in the description, as I'd really love to see them because they're so fun to watch. I think it's very clear that in every single regard, iMouse definitely deserves this world record over me. I just think it's very interesting how a player like me with very minimal experience can end up getting a real world record in Minecraft using some pretty stupid methods. It really does beg the question of how many other Minecraft world records can be beaten using tiny little loopholes and other workarounds such as the one I found today. I have to say doing this as well was very fun because I very much enjoyed pissing off the entirety of the block clutching community, and I hope you enjoyed watching me do so as well. And with that being said, that is the story of how I broke a rigged Minecraft world record, so if you did enjoy, please do consider subscribing because we're getting really close to 30k, which is just absolutely insane to think about. But with that being said, I really do hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys soon. Goodbye.